out of the way so that they achieve their dreams. So you have to be persistent in making sure that they understand that they don't give up on their dreams. Our clients lose faith in themselves. You don't lose faith in your clients. Keep pushing them, keep motivating your clients. Make sure that they keep working harder to achieve their dreams, right? So be persistent, not just with your targets, but be persistent in making sure that your clients achieve their dreams. And be honest. If there's something you don't like, say it. If there's something you like, say it. Be honest. A relationship based on communication and honesty lasts forever. Remember one thing. Your clients are an extended family to you. Be honest, be consistent, and be persistent with this extended family. So yeah, 3 words that with which I live by my business.
The wonderful 3 words from Dr. Sanjay. So at this point, we are still seeing a lot of questions from our Q&A. So good news to everyone. I think Dr. Sanjay can still accommodate a few more questions from the audience.
Absolutely can. Don't worry.
So for our next question is, what's the best pitch for high net worth market clients who no longer depend on single source of income but have multiple passive income stream already?
All right. So let's get one thing very clear. We all have multiple income streams, right? So we will have income coming from properties. We'll have income coming from a bond portfolio. We'll have income coming from dividends from a stock portfolio. We would have income coming from government social security. We might have some income coming from fixed deposits, right? So we've got income coming from multiple sources. Every source of income has pros and cons, right? Some income can dry up, some income can increase, but there's always pros and cons to all these income. The best way to protect this income is to make sure there's insurance. Because if you think about it, your rental income, okay, so when it comes to property, the 3 L's of property, to make sure that you buy the best property, there are 3 L's, which is location, location, location. Correct? Now, any real estate guy you ever speak to, they will tell you, if you want to buy the best property, it is based on 3 L's. Location, location, location. That's the only reason why property prices go up or down. No. There are 3 D's. 3 D's that cause property prices to go down. Death, divorce, desperation. So, in case a person passes away, the value of properties drop. When you get divorced and you have to sell your properties, the value of your property go down. When you're desperate for money, the value of your assets go down. So the 3 Ds that you have to manage for assets, all your investments, your passive income, whatever you have, 3 things that can affect your passive income is death, divorce, and desperation. It's as simple as that. And that's a conversation that you have with someone who has a lot of passive income, right? I'm working with a client right now. Last week, I closed an insurance policy for a husband and wife, $10 million each. He has more than $2 million in passive income coming every year. And I told him, I said, listen, your passive income is as good as you being alive. It's not passive, it's active, because you're actively managing the property. You're actively managing your portfolio. You're actively talking to the banker. You're actively monitoring your fixed deposits. You're actively managing it. There's only one reason that that income can go down or that income can disappear, is in case if you pass away. So, if you truly want to protect your real income, you need to have insurance. There is nothing called passive income. You have to actively manage properties. You have to actively manage your bank accounts. You have to actively speak to your banker to make sure that they're not doing any wrong investments. There is no true passive income in the world. If there was passive income in the world, then there are multi-million, billion-dollar families that would be doing nothing. If there was anything that gave true passive income. And the day you understand that, your level of confidence in front of your clients will change. There is no true passive income. You have to actively manage your investments, actively manage your assets. So when someone says I have a lot of passive income, I just remind them it is passive as long as you are alive. The day you die, that income also stops. Death, divorce, desperation. The three Ds that can cause incomes to dry up.
Okay, very wonderful answer from Dr. Sanjay again. Actually, Dr. Sanjay, you would notice in the chat box, a lot of people
I
are
am.
actually amazed with the 10 million US dollars. We hope everyone can follow suit also in that amount with the same API for us. Now, moving on to our next question. Dr. Sanjay is very generous with his time also with us. So, as an insurance agent in your young 20s, how did you introduce estate planning to your high net worth market and eventually gain their trust to discuss your estate planning with us in your young 20s? I think this is for many of our agents who are building a career as early as 20, so probably you can give us some insights on how they can move forward or target a high net
Guys, I'm
worth.
still in my 20s. I'm just kidding. Uh, Guys, when I joined this business, I was 17 years old, right? So I'm being very transparent with you. I got my first MDRT when I was 19. I have worked with clients my nine, throughout my early 20s. Uh, my largest case that I ever did was when I was 28. Uh, and then after that, my case sizes have actually increased significantly. But that's when I started really doing some very large cases. My first $1 million case that I ever did was at the age of 25. Now, why am I sharing these details with you? I need you all to understand whether I do estate planning for a friend or I do estate planning for a high net worth client, I will still give them the best advice that I can. And the best advice is an estate is anything that you pass from one generation to the next. I want you to think about it. Let's say, for example, you win a jackpot of 100,000 pesos. Does that make you happy? It obviously will, right? If you won the jackpot for 10,000 pesos, would you still be happy? Yes, we all love to win jackpots. We all love to win some prize. Today, you might win a prize, right? You might win the prize of getting a free book. Does that make you happy? The answer is yes. Think about it. Every generation, when they die, they are a jackpot to the next generation. Think about it. All of us will inherit something. It could be 10 pesos, it could be 10 million pesos. We will inherit something from our parents. My only question to you is, how big do you want that gift to be? You decide. They're your kids, not my kids, right? Uh, you decide. If you want to give your children 100,000 pesos, I can give them 100,000 pesos. You want to give them 10 million pesos, I can give them 10 million pesos. The choice is yours. They're not my kids, they are your kids. Do you think they'll be happy if they got 10 million? The answer is yes. I don't think anyone would be unhappy getting more money. But Sanjay, money will spoil my children. That's the most common objection you will get. Sanjay, I have enough. And anything more, I think my children will get. Mr. Client, let me give you some very important data. When I was 19, my grandfather told this to me. He said, Sanjay, if I give you money, but I don't give you values, the money will be lost. But if I give you values and I don't give you money, then the values will be lost. I said, no, granddad. Everyone says give good values to your children, they can make their own money. He said, no, son. Remember one thing, everyone knows stealing is bad, but when they are hungry, they will be tempted to steal. You see, money is not good, money is not bad. Money is power. Values decide where you use that power. So, Mr. Client, it's your job to give the best values to your children. You can tell me how much power you want to create for them, and I will create it right now. That is how you do good estate planning. Creating power for your children